Okay, I'm delighted now to be joined by Cyril Francourt, who is the CEO of FlavaPulse. Just a little bit of background about FlavaPulse. Based in Bulgaria, the company specializes in the sustainable production of yellow pea ingredients, including pea protein concentrates. As I'm sure Cyril is going to reveal in more detail, they focus especially on sustainability and innovation, using mechanical processes such as air fractionation to produce natural, non-GMO and allergen-free pea products. Cyril, welcome to Protein Production Technology International.
Thank you very much.
Pleased to have you as well. Now, given the growing interest in plant-based alternatives, I'm particularly intrigued by your focus on pea-based ingredients. Cyril, could you share what inspired the creation of FlavaPulse and the key factors that drove you to develop a product centered around pea-based solutions?
Yeah. We are often asked by why peas and why Bulgaria and why are you into that field? We are not coming from nowhere. We are coming from really the agricultural world, where we worked there for over 20 years. And we were trying to be finding ideas and tools that will allow somewhere a better, more sustainable type of agriculture, and if possible also help regenerative agriculture. So Bulgaria, because this is a place where we have a fantastic raw product and fantastic high quality of peas, and air fractionation, because that's something that is helping to produce food product with a very low CO2 footprint.
Mm-hmm. So as your company continues to make strides in the food industry, I'd love to hear more about your overall mission and vision. How do you aim to contribute to the evolution of the food sector, particularly when it comes to promoting sustainability and meeting the demands of a rapidly changing market?
Yeah, but that's exactly the aim and one on FlavaPulse. Our goals is somewhere to produce to the market the more native protein. Meaning by native, it's like with the highest functionalities possible, basically. The more native the proteins are, the more easy they are to be worked, basically, by food processors. The second thing is, by the technology that we decided, which is the separation of the particles, we are using much less energy, and so we are much more sustainable than the more industrial way of producing protein today, which is via the isolate that require treatment and warming the product, because they need to be they are all going via a wet phase, basically.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to learn more about the regional factors that influence your decision to focus on sustainable pea production. Could you elaborate on the specific opportunities that you identified within the agricultural landscape of your region that contributed to that direction?
Yeah, for many years we were active into all of that regions, and what we realized is that in Bulgaria, thanks to the lands, but also thanks to the climate, the level of protein that we have in our peas are much higher than the one that you will find North Europe, but also in Russia and even in Ukraine. And when you are dry fractionating, the highest the protein of your feedstock and the highest the quality of your feedstock is going to be, the best the result is going to be. And Bulgaria, that was a natural choice when you realize that our raw materials are 10 to 15% protein higher, do have 10 to 15% higher protein than the other part of Europe.
Mm-hmm. Now, as regenerative agriculture continues to gain traction, I'm interested in understanding how you're contributing to that movement. What specific regenerative agricultural practices are you promoting or supporting in your collaborations with farmers?
It's somewhere it's somewhere linked in between of European Commission that is pushing agriculture to be somewhere more sustainable, and how to be more sustainable. You are more sustainable if you are using less synthetic input, and this is what leguminous crops is giving us, basically, by fixing the nitrogen and by increasing the organic matters that you left into your soil. You contribute to a better type of agriculture that use less input, that is giving back a lot to the next crop, and is then allowing to have more sustainable and better practice, basically, of agriculture.
Mm-hmm. Now, ensuring a reliable output for farmers is an important step towards supporting sustainable agriculture. So how are you ensuring that your guarantee of an outlet directly benefits farmers and incentivizes them to adopt more sustainable practices in the long term?
Yeah, that was basically the question for an industrial that enter into one field, is that how do you make sure that farmers around you are going to be interested into the product you want them to farm? So on one side, they get interested because more and more of the regulation are coming to them in order for them to turn a fourth crop. But more than anything, all of that is going to be too hard and too difficult if you don't help them into the pricing mechanism. And the fact that peas is a relatively small crop versus what is wheat, versus what is corn, or what is sunflower seeds in our region, it's always complicated for them to have like a way to see how the pricing is going to be. And the way we are approaching the subject is that we provide with them with a transparent pricing mechanism, which is we are going to be buying your peas at a certain spread versus what is Matif wheat. And Matif wheat is something that they all go and they all follow. And that spread, when you took into account the difference of yield you are going to have in between of crop, allow them to see the benefits of growing peas, and at least they give them an idea of what is going to be the return on their lands. So that's the way we are addressing and we are somewhere helping them to grow up more sustainable crop.
Let's shift the focus to innovation in your product development now. Cyril, what cutting-edge approaches or technologies have you integrated into your process to fully unlock the value and potential of pea-based ingredients?
Yeah. From the beginning, and as what was one of the pillar of the creation of FlavaPulse, we were looking at trying to be doing something that is really a step forwards on the way of reducing CO2 emission and giving and still giving what is the best of the different product. And after many years of study, we realized that dry fractionation, our technology, was completely answering that need. We, by having a state-of-the-art new design line, we can produce today very high product, all food grades, and all of that with the lowest energy cost as possible. The whole treatment from cleaning the peas to bagging of all our ingredients has been thought in order to always achieve the best purity as possible. And today we are the only one that can be offering up to 65% in our pea protein concentrate, 65% of protein. Obviously, that one is challenging. We really need to have within that here the correct content of protein in our peas, but 60 is absolutely no problem for us. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, all of what we are doing being food grade, basically. Hope I answer your question on that.
You certainly did. Now, let's talk about the applications for pea protein concentrates. What food and beverage categories do you find they're particularly well suited for? And could you share some examples of successful product formulations that have, leveraged the unique properties of those concentrates?
Yeah, but the pea protein concentrate is very well used for extrusion process in order to produce texturized vegetable protein. You use that in everything that is meat analog. We are already working with several companies specialized into the extrusion and with great success, a little bit everywhere inside of Europe. We think that it helps them to somewhere start replacing isolate into their formula and going more into the concentrate. So that way, reducing significantly the pricing of the TVP. But we have application also into bakery, into meat blends, allowing somewhere to use our product in order to go and to replace chemical additive and so on. So somewhere gaining into a better food. And now the big work we are pushing on today is going into the dairy analog. The dairy analog was only possible lately on a new innovation that I'm sure we are going to be talking right after. So on that one, this is still into the process of entering into that. But easier for us is TVP to start, but we are definitely seeing much more application to go and to come on that.
Yeah, it's a very flexible ingredient. Now, regarding the functional benefits of pea protein, how does it enhance texture, stability, and the overall sensory properties of different food products? Are you able to share any examples where pea protein has significantly improved quality?
It's a question of what we are going and what we are giving today is an ingredient that was obviously pea protein concentrate were existing much before us 20 years ago, historically, in order to be replacing the fish meal. What is making FlavaPulse today different is that our line is really dedicated to food. So we are today formulating product that somewhere were not as widely diffused within all the food chain. The big advantage of what we are having today is the native part of our product is a huge number. A very good material with plenty of different functionalities that then will have to be finding their ways into different recipes. Where today we already see is that we are allowing manufacturer to produce TVP with a much lower CO2 footprint into their final product and with a much lower cost of production for them. Many of the functionalities of our product are still need to be worked out. In a plant-based, soya is more popular today, and peas is only a fraction of what is the soya market. So all of that is somewhere, this is what the ingredients that are coming today that are going to somewhere developed over the time. Today, for sure, concentrate give very low CO2 and give much better financial result because it's much cheaper in terms of dollar per protein basis or euro per protein basis.
Now, let's talk about the nutritional advantages of the product compared to other plant-based proteins. How does it contribute to enhancing the overall nutritional profile of food products? It things like amino acid profile and PDCAS, etc.
Yeah, yeah. It's pea is somewhere magical, um, and somewhere very unique within the plant-based product. First of all, this is close to a complete amino acid profile. Um, you can argue that one of the amino acid is a little bit lower, the methionine is a little bit lower, but still it's part of that. So you have like a complete amino acid profile. You have very high digestibility, and you have a product that is completely allergen friendly today, and that is free of gluten. And that's somewhere the three pillars that are making pea protein concentrate somewhere unique within the plant-based world.
Now, as these as these plant-based proteins continue to evolve and diversify, I guess it's important to understand the distinctions between them. How does pea protein concentrate compare to other plant-based proteins such as I don't know, rice proteins or pea protein isolates?
Yeah. It's it's how to say that? It's a combination of somewhere balance between nutritional value that we just talked about, cost that we talked about, and functionalities. So obviously, pea protein concentrate will never have the purity that the isolate are going to be having. But this is much cheaper. And functionalities of the pea protein concentrate are much higher than the one of the isolate. So this is within that balance that makes that the pea protein concentrate are a little bit like unique and a new ingredient coming to the market today for that.
Now, despite the growing popularity of pea protein, and it does seem to be gaining more and more attention, it seems that many companies still have questions about how to incorporate it effectively into their products. In your experience, what are the most common challenges that they face, and why do these questions still persist?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and I think it's the roots of all of that is somewhere availability of pea protein concentrate in a certain way, or pea protein concentrate formulated for the food industry. For sure, today for food formulators, pea protein concentrate is absolutely not familiar. They are much more familiar with soya protein concentrate. They are much more familiar with soya protein isolates, but not with the concentrate. I think it's a question of now that this is available, now that this is something that formulators can rely on a sustainable way of having this product, it's going to be slowing entering into the formulation of this ingredient. And we just have to go on to make a lot of noise on that one, saying to all of them, hey, you have something cheaper, as functional, even sometimes better with better functionality, and that is going to give you 2 to 3 times less, if we compare us with the isolate, 3 times less CO2 footprint at the end in your ingredient.
Now, you were talking about costs before.
Somewhere.
Work in progress, yeah. I mean, you were talking about costs before. While pea protein concentrate, it offers that superior functional properties that you talked about. Cost considerations are always a factor. So how does the cost of pea protein concentrate compare to pea protein isolate and also soy protein concentrate? Are there specific scenarios where the cost effectiveness of pea protein concentrate outweighs the additional benefits provided by other proteins?
The difference in between of isolate and concentrate definitely energy consumption in order to be producing those. We are much less energy needing than those. We are using within our hinterlands peas that are higher in terms of quality. So then allowing us to have products that are much less refined than what is isolate, with different functionality and better functionality than what is soya concentrate. And it's more a question on that one that the price, first of all, start to make his job. And we are already starting to be seeing that into the plant-based meat alternative sectors, whereby PVP is starting to be much less expensive than what it was, because raw material used is very different. This is the question also of entering into new markets, like what is dairy plant-based milk alternative, where by the new release product of FlavaPulse, the clean taste, is a promising ingredient for milk and for cream cheese, as taste and texture are much better, and there too with a much lower cost than the isolate. Mm-hmm. And in every cost-sensible product also for mass market, the more you incorporate concentrate, the lowest your final price is going to be. So every of the application that need less of a somewhere extreme in terms of purity product, pea protein concentrate is going to be making his way. And we are one of the believers that at the end of the day, price is going to be making the change. And if we want more plant-based to be consumed, obviously there's a whole aspect on texture, flavors, and so on that need to be addressed. But we think that pea protein concentrate answer bulk part of all of that, but the price need to be low. And this is what we are achieving with the pea protein concentrate. So to summarize, meat alternative, dairy alternative, and everything that is high volume, low cost application is where we are for sure going to be gaining market share over the time.
Mm-hmm. And that probably includes products like baked goods and cereals and snacks, etc. So let's talk about collaboration now. Collaboration with R&D partners is key to unlocking the full potential of innovative ingredients such as yours. So how are you working with your partners to develop new recipes and applications that effectively showcase the versatility of that concentrate that you're making?
Yeah. Very good question. From day one, basically, we sign a partnership with Improve, which is a subsidiary of ITER Group that help us and collaborate with us on everything that is research and development. As we were saying, basically, we are into a field. I mean, we are coming from the agro sector part, but everything that was research, development, and high specifically of all the plant-based, we needed to have a strong support. And from day one, we were going and creating FlavaPulse with that partnership with Improve. So what it did, first of all, allow us to design at best our line today. But now it's also helping us in order to give to our customers an ethical evaluation of the pea protein concentrate, evaluation of the clean taste that we are producing, and that in comparison with isolate, with soya concentrate, and with all the other one, in order to help formulators to realize that we can answer a lot of their needs, or we can be part of giving them functionality that will make them, would allow them to produce much better product.
Mm-hmm. Now you touched earlier on the manufacturing process and the way that you have that heat treatment. Now, addressing taste challenges is crucial when working with plant-based proteins. So could you perhaps explain a bit more about the method you've developed to eliminate those bitter aftertastes that you sometimes get with pea proteins?
Yeah, for sure. With the concentrate, for sure. This is what makes somewhere why soya in the beginning was so much used. First of all, because highly cultivated, easy access of the product, and somewhere less of a very strong beany bitter taste than you have into peas. Each of us, you go and you take a green peas raw, you eat it, it's bitter. You cook it, it's becoming somewhere sweet. So for many of the raw applications that are coming into the plant-based, or at least the one that is not that are not like using too much temperatures that will be able to be turning that bitter taste, we did develop a new technology in order to gently heat treat our products in order to eliminate the bitter taste and the aftertaste. If we want peas to be more addressed to an increased numbers of application, we needed to be finding that solution. And that's basically knowing that solution was obtainable. That also helped us to fully launch FlavaPulse, because we knew that we will be able to be addressing a complete different market, a complete different game changer by giving an ingredient that was only existing in a microscopic part of the market, certainly not with the volume that we can be producing and the volume that we can be sending to our clients. So there are also a very strong partnership with people from the industry, innovative technology, gentle treatment that do not deteriorate the functionality. Of course, it's less than the native part, but it's still better than the isolate. And we answer the bitterness via that, yes.
Now, as you as a company continue to grow in this sector, I'll be interested to hear more about your long-term strategy. Are there any specific markets or regions you're targeting for expansion?
First of all, we are a European company, and this is what we believe in terms of sustainability, in terms of making the product to be produced and to be shipped in their natural hinterland in a certain way. So for us, our growth is more an increase of production capacity. I have to say that we learned so much around the last 4 years that we are thrilled somewhere to put all of that knowledge into a new line that we are going to be starting to build in the next 2 years, most probably, in order to have an even somewhere better product at the end. So for us, our long-term growth, doing what we are doing, making a better product by having a better line, and somewhere, produce a state-of-the-art ingredient for the plant-based in much higher volume, and in a way that formulators can be sure about the can be sure about the supply of that.
Now, I know you were an exhibitor at the Future of Protein Production in Amsterdam last year. Partnerships often play a vital role in driving innovation and growth, and that's what that event was all about. Are you open to collaborations with other companies in the food industry? And if so, what types of partnerships or collaborations are you particularly interested in exploring?
Will be done to say that we are not open to constructive discussion with and potential partnership, for sure. The key is what partnership are we looking at? We are not really looking at partnership in the finance side of the business, but more on the strategic part of the service. What we somewhere want is to facilitate, develop the access of the market to pea protein concentrate. So anyone and any partnership that will allow that, I mean, for sure, we are open to go on to discuss.
Well, Cyril, it's been fascinating talking with you. I certainly know a lot more about pea protein concentrates than I did 30 minutes ago. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for your time, and I can only wish you all the luck in the future.
Thank you very much.